The year was 1938 when the world was first introduced to Superman, a symbol of hope, justice, and invincibility. But off-screen, playing Superman has become infamous. Not for glory, but for tragedy. Many believe the role is cursed, that those who put on the cape are doomed to personal or professional downfall. But is that just a myth? Or is there something darker tied to the Man of Steel? Let's look at the strange, heartbreaking, and sometimes mysterious stories behind the actors who dared to become Superman. The very first actor to portray Superman in live action was Kirk Allen, starring in the 1948 and 1950 Superman serials. At the time, it was groundbreaking. The Man of Steel had finally come to life on screen. But once the serials ended, so did Allen's career. He found himself typecast. Hollywood no longer saw him as a versatile actor, only as Superman. Offers dried up, and he eventually stepped away from the industry altogether. Despite helping launch the legacy, Kirk Allen spent his later years almost forgotten by the mainstream. His career never recovered. Next came George Reeves, the face of Superman throughout the 1950s in Adventures of Superman. He was charming, confident, and quickly became a household name. But behind the scenes, things were falling apart. Reeves also became heavily typecast. Despite wanting more serious roles, producers couldn't see him as anyone but Superman. His frustration grew. In 1959, just days before his wedding, Reeves was found dead from a gunshot wound in his home. It was ruled a suicide, but the circumstances were suspicious. No fingerprints on the gun, multiple bullet holes, and rumors of an affair with a powerful studio executive's wife only deepened the mystery. Some believe it was foul play, others say it was depression. Either way, the tragedy added fuel to the legend of the Superman curse.
What's your background? Where do you hail from?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain, actually. See, I'm from, well, pretty far away.
Perhaps the most iconic Superman of all time, Christopher Reeve defined the role for generations. Starting with 1978's Superman, the movie, he brought heart, charm, and depth to the character in 4 films. But in 1995, Reeve suffered a tragic accident during an equestrian competition. Thrown from his horse, he was left paralyzed from the neck down. The man who once soared across the sky could no longer move. Yet Reeve didn't give up. He became an advocate for spinal cord research and disabilities, inspiring millions through his strength and courage. But the hardships were immense, and he passed away in 2004 at the age of 52. His story is often seen as the most powerful and most tragic chapter in the Superman legacy. In 2006, Warner Brothers tried to revive the franchise with Superman Returns starring Brandon Routh. The film was a spiritual sequel to Christopher Reeve's movies, and Routh delivered a performance full of homage and heart. But the film didn't connect the way the studio hoped. It underperformed at the box office, and Routh's career took a major hit. He became another victim of the cape. After that, major roles stopped coming his way. Like those before him, Routh found himself trapped by the shadow of Superman, only to later be redeemed when he returned in Crisis on Infinite Earths, playing an older Superman in the Arrowverse. But that redemption came years later. Then came Henry Cavill, who debuted as Superman in 2013's Man of Steel. He had the look, the presence, and the charm, and fans loved him. The film was commercially successful, and Cavill became the face of DC's cinematic universe. But behind the scenes, chaos ruled. Studio shakeups, changes in direction, and a lack of commitment to solo Superman films left Cavill in limbo. He never got a proper sequel, despite fan demand. In 2022, just after he returned for a cameo in Black Adam, thinking he was back, Warner Brothers announced they were rebooting the character without him. Henry Cavill was out. Despite being one of the most beloved modern Supermen, he never got the opportunity he truly deserved. So is the Superman curse real, or just coincidence? Let's look at the facts. Several actors who played Superman faced either tragic deaths, career-ending typecasting, or mysterious events. The pattern is hard to ignore, but maybe it's less about a curse and more about how iconic, unlimiting the role can be. Once you become Superman, it's hard for audiences and sometimes studios to see you as anything else. In 2025, Superman will introduce a new actor, David Corenswet, as the next Man of Steel under director James Gunn's vision for the DC universe. It's a fresh start, a new chance to redefine Superman for a modern audience, and perhaps just maybe, it's time to break the curse. Because Superman isn't just a role, it's a responsibility. And while tragedy may have haunted the past, the future might finally bring justice not just to the character, but to the actors behind the cape. So what do you think? Is the Superman role truly cursed, or just burdened by the weight of being the world's greatest hero? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into superhero myths and Hollywood legends, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thanks for watching. And remember, even heroes fall, but legends live forever.